Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then hello. Today is going to be talking you through a little pile of manifestation books that I found really helpful to get me started, and ones that I refer back to all the time to do with typical manifestation. So all of these are very kind of broad across law of attraction. I am going to do one that's a little bit more specific about harnessing the power of like money manifestation or self-love or the power of habits and that kind of thing, but this video is going to be very much focused on manifesting as a whole. But I do quickly want to mention, if you haven't seen my initial video, I recommend going and checking that one out. I just talk you through 5 of my top tips for getting started with manifesting and kind of the fundamentals that I think are really important on a manifestation journey. So definitely make sure you check that one out. I'll pop it in the cards and down below, along with my law of attraction playlist, so you can refer back to all the videos as and when they go live. I do believe this is only the second of my little series, but there will be many more coming, so if you're watching this a little bit into the future, there'll probably be a few more in there. But without further ado, we're going to get into the video and I'm going to start sharing with you my top manifestation books. Book number 1 is a book that I don't think anyone who talks about manifestation online could go without mentioning, because it is the absolute like fundamental basis and the place where most people start, which is The Secret. Now, if you haven't already read The Secret or you haven't heard about it before, I highly recommend either reading it, getting the audiobook, or watching the film, which I think is still on Netflix. If not, it'll be on Prime. It did used to be on Netflix, so I'm hoping it's still there. But The Secret by Rhonda Byrne is basically the fundamentals of the universe and the law of attraction. It's basically sharing the secret of how to harness the power of everything. And this isn't the biggest book, it's quite small, and I quite like the way it's written because you do get the odd quotes here and there from people like Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins, etc. So really good one to get started, and it's got a lot of useful knowledge in here about various different things. So each chapter has kind of different sections of your life. So there's like a love bit, there's relationships, there's home, there's money, there's career, etc. And it just kind of talks you through the absolute basics. And I really don't think that you can go wrong with this one. I don't want to focus on it too much because there is so many other books, but this I think is a really great starting point. The other book that I think is quite similar, if you wanted something a little bit more modern day and a little bit more concise, then I recommend Manifest by Roxy Nafousi. Essentially, it's exactly the same. It's the same principles. And this one is just showing you 7 steps to how to manifest and get your dream life. And Roxy is an influencer, so it's very much like a modern approach to manifesting. And I personally find this one is a lot easier to digest. Rhonda Byrne has a habit of going on a million tangents when she talks about things and gives many examples, whereas this one's just a lot more concise and easy to read. You can get these really easily on Amazon, but I think they're kind of my basic like holy grail ones that I go back to a lot. The third one I wanted to mention is The Magic, which if you haven't heard of The Magic, it's basically The Secret, but it's basically a 28-day crash course into manifesting. So it basically uses the power of The Secret, gives you tasks every single day for 28 days, and The Magic basically helps you to harness the power of The Secret in 28 days. And let me tell you, magic happens when you do this book. I've done this through twice now, and I think I've got to like day 20, and that's the furthest I ever got before amazing things were happening, and I just kind of didn't carry on because my life was so great. I am doing it again at the moment, and I'm currently on day 6 and really seeing changes already. Loads of great stuff has been happening, so I highly recommend. It is a little bit hard to stick to because every time you miss a day, you have to go back 3 days, and if you are really disciplined with it and you do miss days every now and then it is quite a lengthy one. But if you stick to it, it works magic and it's really good. If you wanted to do The Magic, I do recommend doing it through Law of Attraction Change My Life podcasts book club, because I did it through that at the beginning of the year, and I found it really easy because in the book club you pay like a £10 Patreon fee, and every month we do like different self-help books. But doing The Magic and hearing someone else talk about it and having someone to kind of hold you accountable every day really helps. And I quite like that I can go all the way back through and listen to those episodes again, which is what I have been doing. So I just find it a bit easier. So if in the morning I don't have time to like physically read the chapter, I'll listen to it in the car or at the gym or something, and then I'll come home and like do my gratitudes and everything. And I just find sometimes that listening to it is better than reading it, because you're kind of hearing it and it gets you more like hyped up to do the activity for the day. Then moving on, we have Good Vibes, Good Life, which again is a bit more modern day than The Secret, but same kind of principles. So Good Vibes, Good Life talks all about upping your vibrations, being surrounded by high vibration people. And I think this one kind of focuses more on your well-being and your just aura around you, kind of. So making sure that you are surrounded by those high vibration people that bring you up and lift you up, weeding out anything that maybe is toxic for your energy, and just really focusing on keeping everything around you being as positive and as like productive to your well-being, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. He kind of says on here, it's for practicing self-care, overcoming toxic energy, prioritizing well-being, cultivating positive habits, mindfulness, meditation, etc., changing your beliefs to invite great opportunities, overcoming fears, and finding higher purpose. So it's along the lines of manifestation and the law of attraction, but without such a heavy focus on like gratitude. It's more about the good energy and the good vibes and just finding what really works for you in that space. And this was actually a book club one, so mine has been well loved. I do actually tend to highlight and write in my self-help books because personally they're not going to be given to anyone else. I'm going to be keeping them for myself, and I really wanted to make sure that I have all of the information that I feel resonates with me highlighted, so that when I go back through, I can see if those bits still resonate, and I can like make notes and just see what I get from it, because I'm a very visual learner and I like to kind of have those like colourful pages. So for example, if I open this up, one of the bits I've put is I've like put a box around one bit that says self-love is about having your own best interests at heart. The balance between mindset and action will enable you to vibrate higher. So little things like that that I've just highlighted. And I know some people get pained by notes and stuff in books, but I feel like when it's a self-help book, it's a bit different because that's probably one that you're going to keep hold of, whereas like a novel you're going to like give to friends and stuff. Then moving on, we have The Key to Living the Law of Attraction by Jack Canfield, which is a really good one that again I read through the book club. This one again does have little kind of notes and stuff written throughout and lots of highlighting, but this one again is very similar to The Secret, and it kind of gives you like different chapters. So for example, there's a chapter on emotion, there's one about focusing on positives, purpose and passion, etc., and they're quite bite-sized chapters. So if I'm reading a book like this, I try and really focus on only reading like one chapter at a time and like making notes, finding out what it means to me, and like journaling out and stuff, rather than just kind of flipping through the whole thing, reading it really quickly and then just forgetting all of the principles that I've learned. So this one is a really good one for a kind of different perspective on manifestation and the law of attraction and different ways that you can apply it to your life, which, to be honest, a lot of manifestation and law of attraction books are kind of along the same lines. The only thing that I think benefits from reading multiple is that you get different takeaways. So one person might say something in a certain way that really resonates with you, or they might give you a certain practice that they do that really works. And I think it's important to note, like I said in my other video, that the way that we all work is so different, and what works for one person might work differently from someone else. I might be able to get up every morning and do my gratitudes and then go for a 10-mile walk. You might be someone who prefers to do your gratitudes out loud in the evening, or you might find that sitting down at lunchtime with a cup of coffee works, or just there's so many different ways you can do it. And I think it's really important to know that there's no right or wrong way. It's kind of, this is the general idea, and then you do it how it works for you. Moving on, we've got The Power, which is a new one into my collection along with the last book that I'm going to show you. And this one is all about, again, similarly to The Secret and The Magic, just really honing in on different aspects of your life. So this almost helps you to use the power of you and your vibrations and your energy and your gratitudes and the universe, and to really focus it in on different things. So you could focus it on your career or your health or your life or your relationship or whatever it might be, and this just kind of helps you really like focus in even more than the others. I personally really like Rhonda Byrne's books. I find her really insightful, really helpful, and I do like the way that she tells things. I think she just has a great way with words, and I like that she kind of brings in quotes and stuff from other people because it gives you those different perspectives. So again, another really great read. I've never actually read this the whole way through. I've only read it kind of, I'd say probably like a third of the way in, because it is a new one onto my bookshelf, but it's one that I'm very excited to read because I know a lot of people have this as their kind of Bible in the spiritual universe. And then last but not least is one that I'm going to be using after the magic, which is Positively Wealthy. And Positively Wealthy is a 33-day guide to basically creating wealth in every aspect of your life. So Emma Mumford is a really great person to follow on Instagram if you don't already. She's a young woman who is very insightful. I believe she's a manifestation coach. I want to say she is, but all of her posts and stuff are really inspiring, and I've followed her for a while. So I got my hands on this a couple of weeks ago, and I really want to make sure that this is my next one after the magic, just to see how it changes my life. And I quite like those ones that are a bit more challenging and that give you something every day to do, because I find that it just gets me through the book quicker, and it means that I'm more like intrigued to read every page rather than just like flicking through it and just not finishing the book. So this one has different days, like creating daily practices, testing the universe, relationship with money, writing dream lists, redefining your version of wealth. It also speaks a little bit about crystals and manifestation boxes and that kind of thing. So a very, very good challenge to do, and not so much a self-help book as a challenge book, and something to really test the universe. And I think also a good point to start on a manifestation journey along with the magic, because it almost gives the universe a test so that you can see that it really does work and it really is something that's worth doing. And to be honest, I don't know anyone who's ever started a manifestation journey or law of attraction journey and not seen any benefits, because if you do it properly and you do it, then it really works. But hopefully you found this video useful. Hopefully you have some inspiration now to go and maybe get some of these books or put them on your Kindle, or even listen to them as an audiobook, which is actually what I used to do with The Secret, because I think when I'm driving along or I'm going on a walk or something, it's nice to just listen to it, and I just find it a very useful, insightful book to go through, whether you're listening, reading or watching. So yeah, hopefully you found this useful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe for more from me, and hit the notification bell to find out every time I upload. And I will be leaving my manifestation playlist down below along with previous videos in the series. As I said in the beginning, this is only video 2 that I've filmed. However, depending on when you're watching this, there might be quite a lot more. So I'll leave everything down below and you can refer back if you are coming from the future. But hopefully you found this video useful and you're ready to start your law of attraction journey if you haven't already. And I can't wait to hear all about it. Don't forget that if you want to speak to me or ask any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below, or recommendations for books or anything. And if you wanted to DM me for a bit more of a private chat, then feel free to do that too. But I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.